Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you guys the top 10 rare and secret storable vehicles in GTA 5 Online. Now this is actually an updated version, as Rockstar has made some of the old rare and storable vehicles now purchasable, which means of course that they are no longer rare. So I thought I'd go ahead and do a huge top 10 for you guys. Hopefully you do find it helpful today. And this is actually in no particular order, just top 10 rare and storable vehicles that I thought would be perfect to complete. And as always guys, hope you do enjoy or do find it helpful. And with all that being said, let's dive straight into the top 10. So the first one I'm going to be showing you guys is the Romero hearse, then shortly afterwards the Nemesis motorcycle. Now this is going to be extremely difficult to spawn in unless you have somebody that you already know that already has a Romero hearse. So if you don't have one or don't have anybody that you know that has one, what you guys can do is comment your gamer tags down below along with the vehicles that you have and help each other out to find vehicles exactly like this one. But what you guys want to do is simply come to this location on the map. It does have a fixed set spawn location, and once again, if you do have a friend or somebody that you know drive to this location with a Romero hearse, then within seconds another Romero hearse should spawn, and from there you can simply take it down to your garage. Now if you don't have anybody that has a Romero hearse guys, it can still spawn there, but it is very slim, and of course it is much easier if you do have somebody out there to help you. But essentially guys, once you have actually got it, you can simply take it into the Los Santos Customs, upgrade it, or you can take it straight over to your garage and it will go straight in. Anyway, moving into the next vehicle, which is probably the hardest vehicle to obtain that is actually findable in GTA 5 Online, and this is known as the Princip Nemesis motorcycle. Now this is extremely difficult to spawn, but there is a few tips and tricks out there that can actually increase your chances. Now this does not have a fixed set spawn location, but it does tend to spawn a lot more near the lower areas of the map, kind of around Simeon's Carla all the way around to the Rooftop Rumble, and kind of around those general areas on the map as you guys can see there. And you can also spawn as well by the beach, exactly where you guys saw my friend get it to spawn just there a second ago. Now to increase your chances of getting this to spawn, there is a few things that you can do, one of which includes getting on a motorcycle and driving around, as of course that tends to spawn a few more motorcycles. And another one is to have a lower level in your game. For some reason the Nemesis seems to spawn more for the people who are lower level, so if you have somebody in your game who's level 1 to 15, it will actually increase your chances. And the only two ways to actually increase your chances is to simply drive around the lower area of the map with a motorcycle and somebody who is in your game that is between level 1 and 15. And eventually, as you can see here, my friend did manage to get one to spawn, who is known as Chaotic. You guys can check him out as well down in the description, right by the beach area. And once you do manage to get it to spawn, you can simply drive this straight inside of your garage, and or you can drive it straight over to Los Santos Customs and customize it. Now what makes this vehicle stand out a lot is that it does have the word Nemesis actually on the vehicle at the front and both sides of the vehicle, and that is kind of how you can distinctively tell the difference between this and other motorcycles. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this one, and moving on to the next vehicle. So the next three vehicles are the gang vehicles, and we have the gang Manana, we have the gang Tornado, as well as the gang Peyote. So starting off with the gang Peyote, now these typically do tend to spawn around the Grove Street areas of the map, or the gang areas of the map, as you guys can see. Now some of these can be really difficult to spawn in. You can spawn in the normal versions, and then there's actually these gang versions which do actually have their own customizations on them. As you guys can see here, we have just had the gang Peyote spawn, and this is absolutely awesome. It has some leopard print seats, and it also comes with a lot of customizations on it as well, which in case you didn't know, you can actually go ahead and sell these inside of the Los Santos Customs, and these do typically sell for a lot more money, as they do come with a lot of gang customizations already on them. So this is an awesome spawn for this vehicle guys, around the Grove Street areas of the map. It's typically around 7 PM to around 3 AM you will actually increase your chances of getting these to spawn. So this is an awesome vehicle guys. And now moving into the other gang vehicle. So another gang vehicle is known as the gang Tornado. Of course, this will have a higher chance of spawning if you do have a normal Tornado, and depending on which gang area you are in, you can get different versions of this to spawn. In my case, I actually managed to get it spawned directly just below the Grove Street area of the map, as you guys can see there. And once again, these do come with a lot of customization or gang customizations already on them, which means you can actually sell these vehicles if you wanted to at a higher price inside of the Los Santos Customs. Now this is another awesome vehicle guys, go ahead and try and get this one as well. And once again, these will spawn at pretty much any of the gang areas of the map. So if you go back to the same location I showed you guys for the Peyote, with one of these vehicles you will get the gang version of this vehicle to pretty much spawn in that exact same location as well. And the same goes for the Manana as well guys. If you simply go ahead and get a normal Manana, drive around the gang areas, another Manana or the gang version of the Manana should also spawn as well. And as you guys can see, here is the Manana as well. And all of these vehicles are really highly customizable in the Los Santos Customs, and you can drive them straight into your garage if you like as well. And that's also the Manana there guys, yet another awesome gang vehicle. And in general, these gang vehicles are some of my favorite vehicles in the game. They just generally look awesome inside of your garage. Anyway, moving on to the next rare vehicle, which is known as the Phoenix. Now, this does kind of have a nice spawn location for it to actually spawn, which is actually over at the docks. And of course, the best way for this to spawn is to either have a friend who has the Phoenix, or of course, if you have one yourself, you will make another one spawn. But essentially, if you do have somebody in the game to help you find one of these, and once again, make sure you post your gamer tags as well as the vehicles down in the comments down below. Of course, if you take that friend with that vehicle over to the dock area, and if one doesn't spawn, what you guys can do is either drive away and come back, or you can find a new session to make the vehicles actually spawn again and actually cycle to a new set of vehicles. And eventually, if you do have one of these vehicles, or if your friend has one, you should get one to spawn pretty easily around the docks area location. And this Phoenix is also one of my favorite vehicles in the game. It has a very high customizations on it, or it's a very highly customizable vehicle, and in general it just looks absolutely awesome as well. And it can spawn as well on the road just up from the docks as well, so just bear that in mind. Around the docks area, or the roads around the docks, this vehicle does actually typically spawn in. So it's an awesome vehicle, guys. I do suggest you go ahead and try this one out as well. And now moving into the next one, which is known as the Mexican Mariachi car. So the Mariachi car does actually have a fixed set spawn location and a spawn time on the map, and what you want to do is go ahead and come to this spawn on the map, exactly what I'm going to right now. And then once you guys are pretty much on this path, what you want to do is come over to this location at around 7 PM at night, or that would be 19 o'clock, I guess you could say, in game time. And as long as you are here a little bit before that, guys, this vehicle should be able to spawn in. So I do suggest that you do prepare yourself around 3 or 4 in-game hours beforehand to actually get over here and of course be prepared for this vehicle to spawn in. So what I did was I brought up the phone kind of facing away from the mountain for a bit, and today actually ended up being 7 PM in game time. As you guys consider, it just turned 7 PM, and from there what you need to do is go ahead and pull out your sniper rifle, and you should see the Mexican Mariachi car actually spawn into the game. And this vehicle is very unique in its own sense, as you guys will see here in a second. But once you guys put out the sniper rifle, exactly what you want to do is go ahead and snipe out the driver of that vehicle immediately, guys, because she will try to drive off the cliff, and if you don't do it quick enough, of course you will have to wait until the next day in GTA 5 at this exact time once again. But this is the only place I believe you can get this vehicle, and it is very unique as well. And another quick tip, guys, is as soon as you have actually sniped the driver out, pretty much remove your wanted level to get rid of the police as quick as you can. Then what you want to do is simply make your way over to the Mexican Mariachi car, and from there simply drive down the mountain slowly, as of course you don't want to blow this up as you've just actually got it. Now what's unique about this vehicle, of course, is it does have the sombrero in the back along with the guitars as well, and it's just one of those awesome rare vehicles to have in GTA 5 Online. And of course you can go ahead and take this down to the Los Santos Customs, or alternatively and take it straight to your garage and it will go in as normal. But anyway, guys, that is the awesome Mariachi car. And now moving into the next one, which is known as the Lifeguard ATV. Now this one isn't as rare as some of the others, but essentially you cannot purchase this as far as I know, and it does have a spawn location, and you can actually take this straight into your garage as normal as well. Now what you want to do is go to the beach area right next to the pier, of course in Online, and get on the ATV, as the ATV will help you to spawn a lot more quicker. Now all you have to do is simply drive up and down the beach right next to the lifeguard huts, and eventually you will get a Lifeguard ATV to spawn. And this is an awesome looking ATV, definitely something a lot more unique Online, and you cannot take this into the Los Santos Customs normally, but you can store it straight into your garage as normal. So it's pretty awesome, guys. As you guys can see, there is definitely a lot more unique looking ATV, and it's just generally a rare vehicle, or I wouldn't say it's as rare because you can get it to spawn a little bit quicker, but it's still a rare ATV, being as you cannot purchase it and it can only spawn in one location. So the second last vehicle of the compilation is one of my all-time favorites, known as the Sultan RS. And if you play GTA 4, you will know this vehicle is absolutely awesome. Now this does have a really low spawn rate in GTA 5 Online. It's probably one of the hardest, or one of the harder vehicles to actually find in GTA 5 Online. Now this can spawn randomly across the map with a really low spawn rate, but there is one location on the map, which is actually the prison parking area, which does have an increased chance of spawning the Sultan. Now at first glance you can easily mistake the Sultan for a sedan, so be prepared, guys, because the Sultan actually turns into the Sultan RS when you actually customize it, as you guys will see here shortly. Now if this does not spawn on your first time entering the prison, what you can do is simply set your spawn location to last location, find a new session, and every single time you find a new session, some new vehicle should cycle and spawn in the prison area, and if you are lucky you should get the Sultan RS to spawn. Now to actually turn the Sultan into a Sultan RS, all you want to do is simply take it over to the Los Santos Customs, then pretty much upgrade the vehicle, and the upgrade that you are looking for is known as the roll cage. And of course adding the roll cage will actually turn this vehicle into a Sultan RS, of course with the Sultan RS logo as well on the side. So this vehicle is absolutely awesome, guys, definitely one of my all-time favorites and definitely one of the rarer vehicles in this compilation. So moving into the last vehicle, now this one isn't really too rare at all, as you can get this to actually spawn or get this to actually come to you pretty much 100% of the time, but it is an awesome vehicle that some of you out there may not know can actually go into your garage, and it's known as the Merryweather Jeep. This is actually customizable as well inside of the Los Santos Custom, so it's definitely awesome. And to actually get this, what you want to do is pretty much have a friend send mercenaries after you. Now when he does send the mercenaries after you, of course they will arrive in the Merryweather Jeeps, and all you want to do is simply take out all of the mercenaries, and then once you have taken them all out and of course got your wanted level away, you can simply take the mercenary Jeep straight inside of your garage, or additionally you can take it down to the Los Santos Customs as well, and you can actually customize this as well. So it's pretty awesome, guys. Definitely worth getting the Merryweather Jeep. Once again, it's not really that rare, but I don't really see this vehicle much online, and I guarantee a few of you out there probably didn't know that you could actually store this inside of your garage. But anyway, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for today's compilation. I am aware there's quite a few more rare vehicles that I definitely could have added to this compilation, things like the bodyless Doom Buggy, and there's a Speedo van and a few more rare vehicles that I could have added, but I thought I'd go ahead and just do a nice 10 rare and secret storable vehicles for the after the patch 1.17. And if you guys did enjoy today's video or did find it helpful, be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below, guys. Your support is always greatly appreciated, especially on these longer type of videos as well. But anyway, guys, with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow with a brand new video.